Thanks for clicking on this video. It's going to be a tutorial video on the low bun 2 different ways. The first one is going to have braids. The second one is going to be smooth. So this is going to be pretty simple. I wanted to make sure that I do something pretty simple, and you can incorporate it and change it and modify it however you want. So I took a low ponytail. And what I'm going to do is tease up that ponytail and then braid it. So the teasing just helps for you to kind of fatten up that hair and give you a little bit of something to work with as far as a foundation for the rest of the hairstyle. So I braid up that ponytail, roll it up, make a little low bun out of it, securing it with bobby pins. And the thing about bobby pins is you want to make sure that your bobby pins are going into the hair the correct way. So you want the ridges, or the side that has the ridges, to be closest to the scalp or touching the scalp, and the smooth side to be away from the scalp. That way your bobby pins stay in place. Now for the top, I am taking half of that section, the back half of that section, and I'm crisscrossing it. Now you notice I'm not doing any kind of volume. I'm not doing any kind of teasing to the crown area. I wanted this to be something that you could do for yourself and something that wasn't going to be too complicated. So all I'm doing is kind of twisting those next pieces and securing them with bobby pins. And I wanted this look to be not so perfect, but something that kind of looks a little bit more bohemian. And that's another reason why I didn't want to make a lot of volume in this style, just to give it a little bit of a natural look. This would be really cool for somebody who is like a bridesmaid, or someone who's going to like a company party, or, you know, something like that. So then the front pieces, what I'm going to do is just loosely braid them. I'm doing a Dutch braid, which is just basically an inverted French braid, pulling that braid apart. There is a video on my channel about braiding that I will go ahead and put a card up so you can see that if you would like. It's kind of like Braids 101. And again, just doing that on that front section. Again, just like really loose, not super perfect. Pulling that braid apart so that you have something to work with, and it kind of covers a little bit more ground for you. Looks a little bit more interesting as well. And again, just securing with bobby pins. And I'm going to do that to the other side as well. And a lot of people say that they can't braid, but it is just practice. I hate to say it. Like, there's no magic wand. It's just practice. And again, just securing with a bobby pin, and then getting that first, or I should say the front section, and doing the same thing, pulling it apart after you braid it. A lot of bridesmaids and brides will opt for multiple braids in their hairstyle because it does create a little bit more interest, especially if you have like coal barrettes or like little jeweled headpieces. A braid can really make those seem a lot more interesting than just a smooth style. But like you'll see in a little bit, a smooth style can be really cool too, just depending on what your vibe is and what you're actually trying to accomplish. So that's kind of how that looks. Now this is a smooth style that I'm going to get into next. And a lot of brides are asking for these type of styles. This is also really good for bridesmaids, mother of the bride, mother of the groom, anyone who is looking for more of a classy look. So this is a low ponytail, but it's set a little bit lower on the head. So you can see that it is probably parted underneath the occipital bone. So right behind the back of your ears. So there's just a lot more hair on top, that's all. So I left myself some more hair on top to work with than in the previous style. So that's just me getting the hair out of the way. And so what I did was create a second ponytail. So there's one on the bottom, there's one in the middle, and now I'm just securing the hair, kind of spreading it apart and securing it. Sorry, that's my cat, you can hear her. And spreading it apart on top of that lower bun that I created. And what I'm trying to do is create a smooth surface for that bottom bun. And sometimes it looks like the easiest thing to do, but sometimes it is hard to get it to look smooth, look symmetrical. So sometimes I step back from what I'm doing and kind of look at it and see if I'm like leaning towards one side more than the other. And again, I'm going to be taking that back section of the crown area and kind of crisscrossing it. So again, this style also has no volume. I just wanted to make it as simple as possible, so I'm not really worrying about volume with this one. And I am crisscrossing and then bringing that hair around, kind of hiding it, and then securing with bobby pins so that it doesn't go anywhere. And now for those front sections, kind of mapping out where I want that hair to be. And again, this would be really cool for like a company dinner, a gala, you know, any kind of fancy, super sophisticated event that you have to go to, because it's super sleek and smooth. And I am twisting the hair slightly, but that's only so that you don't get weird like ridges or things popping out where they're not supposed to be. And one thing that I've learned from a couple of different classes that I've taken is don't spray anything. Like, you'll notice I'm not going to spray anything in this video, but don't spray anything until you're absolutely sure that that's where you want it. So kind of give yourself some space. The minute you spray it, you're going to be working against that spray. Unless you're using a working spray or something that's very, very flexible hold. You know, you can see right here that I am taking out a bobby pin because it's not in the right place. So you want to give yourself as much leeway as you possibly can. And again, I'm just making sure that it's exactly the way I want it, twisting it slightly so that I get it in the place that I want it, and then just making sure that everything is there before I put the bobby pin in. And then, like I said, I would usually hairspray after that, but in this video I don't hairspray anything. And kind of, if you're doing this on yourself, it's going to be a little difficult, only because you can't see the back of your head, as well as like you're not going to be able to see that angle that I was just at when I was kneeling down. But at least you can kind of get the idea, like, okay, I'm going to crisscross those back sections. Now if you're doing someone else's hair, then clearly you can kneel down, get a good look at what you're doing. And that is the finished style, and I'm still messing with it, of course. Like I said, checking for symmetry, making sure that one side isn't bigger than the other. Thank you so much for watching. Please thumbs up this video, subscribe, hit the little bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.